always say, if you're watching the replay, fast forward through all of the intro so you do not have to wait. You have an opportunity to get straight to the meat of the content. Hello, hello, hello. It's been a little while, guys, since I've been on. I've actually taken a break. A break is actually healthy, and it's actually wisdom. Again, if you're watching the replay, fast forward through all of this and get to the meat of the content. When you come on, say something to me so I know that you're on. Say something to me so I know that you're on. Hello, Vanessa, how are you? Hello, Tyra, how are you? I pray that everyone has had a fantastic day. Hello, 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 hello. Say something to me when you get on. How was your day, Tyra? How was your day, Vanessa? Did you have a pretty good day? Did you have a pretty good day? I'm good. I'm good. No complaints, no complaints, no complaints whatsoever. No complaints. God is good all of the time. Yahweh is so good. He is so good. I'm going to give everybody a chance to get on. I'm good. I'm good, Vanessa. I'm going to give people a chance to get on. It's been a little minute since I've been on, so people may feel like, oh, is she really on? Do I need to go click on? So I'm not sure how many people will actually be free. I'm going to give people a few more minutes to get on. Very productive. Okay, Tyra, I love that. Tyra, I have had a very productive last couple of weeks as well. Very busy, but not complaining busy. I've been busy in a good way. Oh, Vanessa, I miss you guys too. But I'm like Tyra, productive busy. And I thank God for productive busy. When you're busy and you're being productive, it makes a world of difference, because we could just be busy doing nothing and accomplishing nothing and just kind of spinning our wheels. So to be productive is good. Again, I'm gonna give everybody a couple of minutes, you guys, to come on. I'm not sure what time is it. Like it might be a little late, but I'm going to still proceed, because I feel like it's worthy of being talked about. Hello, 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 hello. Hello. Say something to me if you're on. Say something to me if you're on. Say something to me. So here's what I want to talk about today, you guys. I don't know if many of you remember, but back at the beginning of this year in February, there was a man that was pulled over in Florida. And, you know, the news reported it. It was Jacksonville, Florida. But it was not to the magnitude of what we thought. So what has happened recently is there has been a new video that has been released by the young man himself. And so the video is only 2 minutes long. It's not a long video. Many of you probably have not saw this video. Now, you saw the video back in February when the news reported it, but this is his clipping of the video, okay? Let's take a look at his clipping of the video. Let's take a look. This is what he is showing to everyone as to what took place. I can't believe it's not playing. Come on, let's play. It's not, the sound is not playing. Just a minute, guys. Give me a minute. I feel like it's been forever since I've been on, but let's take a look. It's still no volume. Where's the volume? Give me a second, guys. Give me a second. I'm not exactly sure why the volume is not loading. How many of you are aware of this, what actually took place as far as this young man that was pulled over? How many of you are aware that this took place? I remember when it happened, but to be honest with you guys, and I'm just being honest, I kind of forgot. And the reason why I say I kind of forgot is because I really didn't think he was going to, you know, have like any type of footage, you know, or anything as to what happened. So it looks as if he recorded everything. Okay. And because he recorded everything, now he's actually showing everybody actually what took place and what happened. So I was like, you know what, let's just take a look at this video because I just feel like it's no more than fair to kind of show what happened.
Of times across social media, you see it here. It began as a routine traffic stop and ended with the driver being...
Let's back it up. Let's back it up some. Here it is. For whatever the reason, and I'm not exactly sure why, the volume is not playing, and I've tried multiple sites, but here's the video clipping. So here's what I want to show. And I know many of you probably saw it already, but here's what I want to show you guys. Look at what they did when they actually busted the window. Here it is. Take a look at this. Watch what happens. Watch what happens. You see the window? He busts the window. Now watch, he punches him. See? Then he punches him. He has his hands up. He's pulling them out of there, pulling them out of the car, and then there's still excessive force. Okay? So here's why I'm here with this video. Here's why I'm here with the video. I'm not exactly sure why each one that I went to 3 different videos. I was actually having problems with the volume even before I came on, but I was like, even if I had issues, I still was going to show the video. Here's what I want to ask and say. Now, this video footage that I've just shown, this is the young man, okay? This is his recording of the camera. Clearly, when you saw the video, you could see where he was like, you can see that this was his camera in his car. Now, what he has recently done is he has released this to social media, his social media page, so everybody can see it. So here's what I want to ask. Okay. First of all, they're stating that they pulled him over because of his headlights not being on, and he stated that other vehicles did not have on headlights as well, right? So as we saw, they punched the glass, they hit the glass, and then they punched him, okay? So they saw his hands, and they even told him to show his hands, so he raised his hands up higher, right? So even when they took him out, you guys saw where there was still excessive force, right? So I just kind of want to know, what are your viewpoints on what actually happened in February with this situation? And now we have his footage as to what took place. Like, what are your thoughts on that? Justified not drop your OnlyFans link. LOL. Uh, no title servant. Tell me this: if a cop tells you to get out of the car, are you legally obligated to get out of the car? If a cop tells you to get out of the car, am I legally obligated? Here's the deal. I'm going to be completely honest with you. I don't know the answer to that, but here's what I will say. If you're asking me, you know, dude, that's being so you let us know. But here's what I will say to you. If a cop tells me to get out of the car, okay, I'm going to get out of the car. So I'll probably get out of the car if a cop tells me to get out of the car. So if there's so it's yes is what he said, okay? The aggressiveness was too much is what Barry said. Thomas says, have you ever tried? I don't know what that is you're talking about, but God bless you, okay? Yes, you have to get out is what Mustang says, okay? So to everybody, well, I shouldn't say everybody, but to the two people who said you should get out of the car, may I ask you a question? And I'm just asking, if you're told to do something and you don't do it just because you have the authority, are you still able to be aggressive? Like, don't we still have to follow protocol even if the person is not doing what they're supposed to do? And here's the deal. I'm just asking. I'm asking, don't we still have to follow protocol? Dude, that's being said, I don't understand. Well, I'll ask the question again. If we have rules that we're supposed to follow and the police have rules to follow, and I'm a person that abides by the law, by the way, right? Even if I do not follow the protocols of what the police is telling me, aren't there still rules and regulations that are in place? And here's why I'm asking. Okay, let's say that they're justified for busting the glass. Okay, they busted the glass. Where is the justification for the punching him in the face? Okay, so we bust the glass to get him out. Okay, but where is the justification for punching him in the face? And then once we get him out, we're still, doing aggressive things. Where's the justification in that? If you haven't liked the video, please like the video. When you like the video, it actually sends it out so other people will know that I'm on, and it pushes it out. Please like the video because I want to hear from as many people as possible, because I want to hear what other people have to say about this. If you haven't liked the video, please like the video. Brian, I love you, and so does God. God bless you. I love you with the love of Christ. Thank you, Carr, for liking the video. The punch in certain department policies could be something known as compliance strike. I'm not familiar with this department's policy. Okay, thank you, dude. Thank you. Okay, so you saying that may be a part of that. Just because you're a cop doesn't make you right. And you're absolutely right. Mustang Brian says, for Christ's sake. Sincere say, what's the topic? The topic is back in, when was it? February. Jacksonville police pulled over a black young man who they say was not in compliance and wasn't doing as told, which was to get out of the vehicle, right? So he wouldn't get from out of the vehicle. And so when he would not get from out of the vehicle, what the police actually did was they punched the window, right? And so when they punched the window, after they punched the window, they actually punched him as well, okay? And so I wanted to hear what everyone's take was on this, because he released a video that is showing us exactly what happened, because he was recording it in his vehicle. And he has recently released this on his social media, and it is going viral. And so I thought maybe, I'm like, okay, I wonder how many people have actually heard about you know, what has happened and what has taken place. It's like he has to follow the law, but I'm trying to get the justification for punching. Like, what would be the purpose of punching him and all of the activity, you know, that took place once he was you know, in custody, and they had taken care of everything. Here it is again. Again, you guys, I apologize. Listen, check this out. The video, the sound is playing.
And ignoring repeated requests for him to step out of his vehicle. Sheriff T.K. Waters.
When incomplete cell phone camera footage becomes the basis on which public opinion turns, the results can be equally faulty.
You cannot justify this.
See this?
You cannot condone this. The sheriff should.
Okay, so how many of you saw that? Let's pull it back just a little bit. After he punches the window, he punches him.
On a young man who never ever did anything to warrant such force.
I didn't do nothing.
Like, I'm not understanding.
Guilty to resisting arrest
Here it is again.
and driving with a suspended license. Ben Crump is William McNeil's attorney.
It is.
Let's see if we can get back to. I want
Basis
to.
on which public
Training, our policies,
Look at all of this.
our procedures, and our values, and he should have immediately terminate this officer.
And Elaine Counter joins us now. So, Elaine, what does the family want to see happen next?
You heard a little bit of it there. Their attorney, Ben Crump, says the family wants to see all of the officers who were involved in this stop to be fired and for the sheriff to say publicly that what was captured on video does not reflect the training or the values of the sheriff's office. I asked if they plan on filing a lawsuit, and Ben Crump, the family attorney, says that is something they are considering right now, but they have not yet reached a decision on that.
Hello again.
So you guys help me out. Help me out. Help me out. I mean, what was the purpose of the additional force? What was the purpose of the additional force? I'm going to say it again. I know I've said it about 10 times now. Because he would not get out of the vehicle, okay? They busted the glass, okay? We understand that, right? But after the glass was busted and you now have contact with him and you can open the door or do whatever, what was the purpose of punching him? Like, what was the purpose? The punching is called pain compliance to keep him from thinking about fighting. But what is the outcome you are looking for, or do you just want questions? Ghost Man, I'm not looking for an outcome. I just want to know what it is that people would think of all races, not just Black Americans, as to this traffic stop in America, okay, that took place. And because this young man is able to show us footage, because had he not had this footage, we would have not known what happened. So I'm not wanting to hear anything in particular. I just want to know, what do you guys think? Okay, Gideon said, why didn't the brother just do what he was told? So Gideon, that's your statement. You're saying, okay, you saw what happened, so why didn't he just comply? Is what you're saying. But here's the deal. For so many years, I taught, and I've done a few other things as well. So when my students didn't comply, I couldn't put my hands on them. I still had to follow protocol because of their disruption or not following the rules. Because I was angry or because I felt disrespected, I still could not, okay, not follow the rules. And that's in any field. What about when you go in the store and your cell phone is not working right? Or what about when you go to the restaurant and they get your order wrong? Do you get to just punch the people who fixed your food, or is there a protocol in place? So that's it. That's all I'm asking. Mickey says, why couldn't he just follow directions to step out? And everybody's going to say that. And guess what? I'm not negating that. I am not saying I'm not taking up for anything that he did, right? We can say he should have just gotten out, but he didn't. And here's why I'm saying that. What about the next person who don't get out? Can we just punch on people? Rod says because he's human. Just saw ID and get out of car and they would have let him go. Okay, that's what No Name says. It was edited number 1. He had an expired driver's license too. Headlights were on number 3. He opened the door, then he locked himself when the officer told him to come out. Okay. Cops have no de-escalation training at all. Okay, Clark. That's something to think about. Okay. No training in that. No title next course of action is to find the officer's individual reports. They could have been dealing with an elderly person or a mentally disabled person. Gang compliance is unlawful, says the Supreme Court. Rod, I love that. I love that. What if this was an elderly person? And more importantly, what if this was a disabled person who had not, I'm going to add to it, taken their meds for the day? How many of us know when, they don't take their meds for a certain number of days or for a certain time frame, they can't function the way. So what if this was a mentally ill person? That's a great observation right there. That's why I love coming on doing this. Why didn't the brother just do what he was told? The guy has his rights violated. Simple. Cops have no rules of engagement. Tasers are considered less than lethal, not non-lethal. They can kill someone. One punch would not kill him. Okay, Mickey. I think we need to focus on teaching people from a young age to comply with the cops because they are authority. Okay. What if we can't play the game? We have to play with the reality. I'm so close, but one punch isn't taught by law enforcement departments. Right. I didn't know that was taught, but I don't know everything. That's why I'm here. Amazing how smoothly things go when we comply. Stop that cops have so many rules of engagement. That's the worst take I've ever heard. I'm sorry. Hello, Lizzie. How are you? If you guys can like the video for me, I would really appreciate it. Like the video for me. I would really appreciate it. I love to come on, and the reason why I come on whenever there's something in the news is because I learn information here from others because no one person knows everything. And then I get to hear the viewpoints of what other people think. And so here's what I would like to ask. Is there anybody on here that's in law enforcement or who has education along the lines of law enforcement who can shed some light on, was there another legal way of how this should have been handled or how it could have been handled? We all know, we're not negating that he would not get out of the car. We can say that over and over. But what is the protocol if they do not get out of the car? And someone on here mentioned, what if the person is elderly or what if the person is mentally impaired? They have some type of disability. How do they handle to get the person out of the vehicle? Because everybody is not going to comply. Some people is just simply going to be because they're not going to follow rules. And then some people, it may be something else that's going on. So how would that be handled? That's why I'm here, because I really want to understand how this should have been handled. I'm not here to say yay or nay, but what if this was your child? What if this was you? How should this have been handled? And for those of you who want to come on and just be negative and say, well, he should have just got out of the car. Again, what if there were other reasons why he could not have gotten out? How should this have been handled? I'm asking the question, okay? It's not a take. You have noticed military has a uniform rule of engagement. Police departments are corporate I can't even get that word out. Independent for one another. There is no uniform law of engagement. Okay. You have noticed military has a uniform rule of engagement. So explain to me, what are you saying, Prince Castro? Are you a part of the military as far as military police is concerned? Department or corporate municipalities, independent of one another, there is no uniform law of engagement. The protocol is to get the suspect out of the car by any means. Okay, Ghostman, this is what I need to hear. The protocol is to get the suspect out of the car by any means. If it is a disabled person, it will be sorted out. Okay, that's why I asked. This is why I'm asking. This is why I'm asking, because I don't know what's worse, police having too much laws now, or when Democrats cut in the police budget. I've watched body cam videos and I love my local sheriff department. Obviously, I'm not a cop, though I can't begin to think what a cop thinks in the moment, not until I wear the badge. Okay. Okay. Posty Boy says, I watched the video and the cop should not have just punched him. He was being non-compliant, but still that was literally excessive. I don't think he was challenged in any way. Okay. If you have a disability or other ailment that prevents you from following orders to step out of a vehicle, you should not have a driver's license. They would have pulled them out of the car by their arms. Wow. We barely have police when Democrats cut the budgets. Combat training is to save your life. Military police have nothing to do with civilian police. Okay, Ghostman, thank you. There is a cop shoot someone who runs for murder if they are unarmed while running and don't pose an immediate danger. Maybe the police should start saying pretty please and be therapists. Also, it's a case by case situation. There are no direct rule book. Okay, dude, that's been also, it's a case by case situation. There are no direct rule books. Okay. Exactly. So does by any means sound like there is no scene by scene. Every situation isn't simply not possible. That's what they did to my uncle a couple of years ago in 2022. What state was that they did this to your uncle, if you don't mind sharing? Hello, STL. So that too, budget cutting only makes it worse. Wow. Let me know, failure to have his lights on, couldn't he have written? So he didn't have on his lights. So what you're saying is just he should have just written him a ticket. I'm neither one. I'm black. Todd Miller, God bless you, second grader and kindergartner. Love you with the love of Christ. Please, did you like the video yet? Because obviously if you have a comment, you should have liked the video. I know you're going to like the video, right? Again, I love you with the love of Christ and God bless you. Thank you so much, Todd Miller, for joining us. If you haven't liked the video, please like the video. If you haven't liked the video, please like it. So this situation is I say fairly common dude doesn't want to get out of his car. Supervisor begins resisting. Yes, he did begin calling for the supervisor. That's exactly what he did. Ignorance of the law does not protect you, but does protect every gang member with a badge, because all they say is qualified immunity. Virginia. Okay, so that was in the state of Virginia. Okay. Yes, I did hear about the Missouri, Ferguson, Missouri riots. Justification can be used for anything. Example, as a police officer, I can always say I fear for my life and get out of a conviction. So, Ghost Man, in your opinion, busting the glass, okay, that was to get into the vehicle. But the punch, I'm just still trying to understand the punch, and I've only had a few people to comment on the punch. I was 12 when that happened. I lived in Ferguson, and as a black child, I was scared for my life. Wow. And by the way, I'm down in Georgia where the cops do not lay around, right? This dude would have had guns drawn, at least hands on guns, from the second he swung the door open so aggressively. Wow. I hit like so sorry. I was like, that's okay. For those of you who haven't liked the video, please like the video. If you're new to my channel and you haven't subscribed, subscribe. This is what we do over here. Okay? Anything that's going on in the news, I bring it here and we talk about it. And the reason why I like to talk about it, you can have your own viewpoints as to what happened in a situation, but it's always something just beautiful about hearing the opinions of others, right? We're all unique in our own way, right? And so the way I think may not be the way that you think. And so I wanted to actually hear the opinions of others as to what they thought about, this entire video, especially the part of after the glass and then like this punch. Like, that kind of blew me away when I saw that. Know the laws. You must get out of your car if they tell you. Officer safety is what the scouts have already ruled. So he should have contacted his supervisor to the scene. Oh, wow, Prince Castro. I didn't know that. Ghost Man, listen. Opinions do matter. Here's why opinions matter. We can disagree to agree. The reason why I like opinions, because sometimes we can be in a box and we can only see things from the lens, okay? The lens of what we've been exposed to, or the box that we keep ourselves in. But when you hear from other races, other people of different backgrounds, people from other countries, it actually allows you to grow as well as see things from a different perspective. It doesn't mean that you agree with what they're saying or you disagree. It's just a feedback from a different perspective. So, there was more than one punch. It was more than one punch. If you watch the entire video, there were some punches once they got him out of the car. You're absolutely right, Big Dipper. You're absolutely right. He went to the 7-Eleven and the person who let them rent his car had a gun in the car and he got arrested for it. Oh, wow. I didn't know that. You say play stupid game, get stupid prizes. Thank you, Prince Castro. I have asked the people to like the video. I have way more people on, and I only have 20 likes. You guys are arguing their facts, and as the Administrative Procedure Acts and according agencies are operated is off of, what is that? Something duties, which means they are breaking all your rights. The punch happened because the officer was frustrated and did not see the driver as a human being and made the decision to hit him to let it out. They already said the punch was not justified. Okay, thank you, Matthew. One thing I like about black people, they don't like cops. I'm black and I don't dislike cops. I don't dislike anybody who's doing what it is that they're supposed to be doing, because we're so close to Atlanta. We have had deputies shoot and kill in the line of duty. Hello, Darlin. How are you, ma'am? You got Indian in your family, LOL. Yes, I have a lot of Indian in my family. Prince Castro, I do. I have a lot of Indian in my family. I do. The punch was totally illegal. ICE treats the immigrants much better, and they are completely ignorant of the law. They are completely insensitive to this man. He was wrong, but they were wrong too. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Always some departments let officers choose supervisors are necessary. It matters what state you're in. Absolutely, it does matter. Real Africans I'm talking about. Did you see the whole video? He was hit multiple times for no good reason. S. Taylor, yes, he was. And I didn't play the whole video just for the sake of time, because a lot of people are not going to stay with you that length of time to watch a whole video. So I just kind of like did a clipping of it. Ghostman say, I understand your point about opinions and I agree, but when it comes to life, I do not agree. When it comes to life, we have to stay with the facts. Okay. As I stated, Ghostman, we could disagree to agree, right? So we can disagree with that to agree. I really appreciate your feedback. You've given some great feedback. I appreciate that. There are 2 sorry Negro police that participated. So I believe that none of us are truly justified to speak on this unless we've read the Jacksonville Police Department policy. My family is white and they dislike cops. So why do your family dislike cops? Do you mind sharing? Was there an incident that happened as to why they dislike cops? What happened? He should have been fired for unprofessional behavior. At my job, I would be fired immediately. Absolutely. I can agree with you. And not just with the with policemen, but just like anything excessive. You could be the security guard or the manager at a retail store. Anything you aggressively do, you're reprimanded for it, and in some cases just fired. I'm grateful, woman of God. How are you? I'm fine. The punch was unjustified. He should have been given a black eye. American police assault. They don't try this in El Salvador. Parker, you from El Salvador, or you know somebody there? Stop acting like victims. The guy held his hands up and was not resisting, was not seeming to be a danger. The cops just were poor policemen and angry for no reason. There was no reason for that type of escalation. Oh, thank you, Rod. You said you subscribed and liked. Thank you. For those of you who haven't subscribed, please subscribe and like the video. Please subscribe and like the video. I really appreciate it. No title. Is there any way I can invite you to a free Zoom class with me and my people to shed light on the law action? Oh, absolutely. What you can do is you can come under this video if you would like, and you can put the Zoom information there, unless it's a private Zoom, or you can go to my Instagram, or you can go to my TikTok, or you can go to my Facebook, No Title Servant, and you can DM it to me if you would like. So from a cop's perspective, especially a larger, higher crime city, cops are on the edge always. You never know if he has a gun or knife or any other. But here's the deal. We have to go back to what actually happened in the video, right? So if you can see his hands, I was always to the knowledge of that's why we show our hands, because once you see my hands, you have to like assume that I'm not about to do anything. Now, can I still do something? Yes, but isn't that the reason why you hear the police say, let me see your hands, hold your hands up high? So then you kind of know what it is that's going on. The driver seems guilty of everything. It will shed light on all the questions you have, except the excessive force. I don't think the qualifications. Hello to everybody who's joining. I appreciate you joining. Have you liked the video for me? I think the qualifications to be a police officer should be high. With that being said, there should be more training and there should be more pay. I absolutely agree. I absolutely agree. Police officers should have more money and more training. Dudley, hello, how are you? In 1997, I accidentally ran over an Amish man and kept driving. It haunts me to this day. What should I do? Lord, we ask you, Yahweh, to take that particular incident and a day of that happening from him, from you. We ask that you would forgive yourself because God has already forgiven you. And we ask that he would take the pain and just the agony of all of that away from you, and that you no longer continue to day after day relive that. Okay? And so we trust that he would do that. You have to wake up every day and just simply ask him to take that from you. And he will do it because you said a key word, and that was accidentally. You didn't do it on purpose. So you have to first forgive yourself, and then you have to trust that God has forgiven you. And you have to ask him to take the pain and the whole replay of how it keeps playing back in your memory over and over. You have to ask him to take that from you and to replace it with the thoughts of you knowing that he has forgiven you, okay? PDs have lowered standards because cops are scared because this kind of stuff not legal, but riots and stuff. Good evening, prophetess and everyone. Hello, how are you today? I pray you're having a good day. Make me a mood. I love you. Hello, I love you as well. I love you with the love of Christ. 8 years to be a lawyer, a doctor, 18 months to be a cop. Oh, wow. And in some cases, it's less depending on what state you live in. I don't like the racial profiling and I'm white. What racial profiling, Diane, are you speaking of? You need apologies to the family. Hopefully the man didn't die. I agree. If he knows the family. Mustang Mike, thank you for subscribing. And thank you for saying that you like the content. I really appreciate it. I'm not sure how to pronounce your name, so I'm just going to say, hey, do you support Trump? I support whoever is elected in office, regardless if I voted for them or not. Okay? So when Biden was the president, Ronald Reagan, George Bush, Bill Clinton, whether I voted for them or not, once they became the president, right, I'm obligated to pray for them to make certain that they're okay, for their protection, so no one hurts or harms them. And then I have to also pray that they make the right choices while they are the president. So I pray that answers your question. Okay? So I do support my leaders and make certain that I cover them in prayer. I'm obligated to do that as a believer in Christ. I'm obligated as a believer in Christ to make certain that I cover whoever is leading me. Okay? I'm obligated to do that. Thank you, cool guy. Hang members with a badge unalive while there were 1,600 people unavailed by them. Half of those people were unarmed. Okay, thanks for that information. Yes, yes, yes. Jesus Christ, He's saved me from my demons and my alcoholic ways, but my past still haunts me no matter how much I beg for the Lord mercy to relieve me of my pain. Remember, God's timing is not our timing. So we can pray and ask Him something, and He may not do it when we want Him to do it or come when He wants us to come, but He definitely answers. It's just not in it's just not in our timing. So what you would do in this case is just to simply ask Him to comfort and strengthen you, okay, until the thing is completed and you see what it is that you're asking for. Jeffrey, you're rich, it don't matter. Okay, I received that. Black people in danger with the red. Black people need to come together and stop hating on each other. A house divided, we shall fall. That's the Bible, correct. We do need to come together. Yes, what about hi woman, I don't support Trump. Well, here's the deal. Yes, what about? Because I serve a higher power, which is God, and I call Him Yahweh, that's His proper name. It tells me that I'm supposed to pray for my leaders, and I'm supposed to make certain that I pray for their protection, pray for their health, pray for their family. So I didn't just do this with Trump, right? This was the presidents before Trump as well. And same thing, okay? The Bible also tells us to pray for our enemies. There are people who don't like me and spitefully misuse me. I've had people on here, yes, what about, that have been rude to me since I've been on, and I haven't been rude back. So, we just cannot just do certain things. God holds us accountable for how we react and how we treat people, and not for how they treat us. So even though I may not agree with everything the president is doing, some things he may do I agree with, and some things he may do that I don't agree with. I can't say, well, I'm not praying for him today because I don't agree with what he's doing. I have to pray for him regardless. So I pray that this makes sense. Like here is the Florida after BLM riots. 2 Florida officers, I don't remember the department, was shot in the head on a lunch break. Wow. Dude, that's being said, I respect that. Thank you. I appreciate that. You can reach me or send me an email now so I can get yours. These classes are very important. And that's the reason why I told you how you can reach me. Go to Facebook, Instagram, or TikTok and DM me the information. And my title is No Title Servant. So that's how you can reach me. Just like here on YouTube, No Title Servant, that's how you can reach me. See, that is the best answer I've heard. That's awesome. Dude, that's beans. Here's the deal. I'm not giving that answer per se because it sounds good. I'm giving it because it's the answer. It's the way I feel. I'm not crazy. I understand that somebody's in office that's making decisions and leading the country, and then there's an individual of a higher power who's God, who has control over everything. And if I'm praying, he can in some cases help the impact of something that may be negatively implemented. So if I just sit back and do a whole total focus on everything that I don't like about that's going on, then I'm actually losing, and I'm actually hurting myself, my family, and my friends. So I get to comment, I get to look at it, I get to discuss it with others, But then at the end of it all, I have to pull back and say, okay, now how do I pray about this situation, because it's going to impact me, right? So I pray about everything that he may be doing. And then I have to leave it to God as to how he's going to handle it. And this is not just for him. This was for the previous presidents as well. Matthew said police officers are trained to be scared for officer safety, which is why those cowards let all those children. And Uvalde was left all alone in that classroom. Matthew, question. When you say trained to be scared, they are trained to be scared. Now I'm asking, do you think that because they're not properly trained is the reason why they're scared? If the training was in place, then perhaps they wouldn't be scared. Don't you think that that's the reason why? You very rarely see an overweight firefighter, but look at the cops on the scene. U.S. police departments are poor at hiring. I appreciate your words and preach. Can I get an amen, my fellow blood and flesh brothers? Amen. We're copper-colored, indentured Americans, and the fact of the matter is we're conquered subject, prisoners of war, and until we have representation as a nationality of people, this is what we get. Never open your door, ever. Very wise. What the Bible said about the wicked people, tell me. And those Florida officers were not related to any prior cause, that shooter, but when the nation heard that news that hurt police employment, good cops are scared to be cops in certain places in fear of prison time or being shot by angry people. Gotcha. The way some cops treat minorities. That's wrong with black people are jealous of each other. So sad. Jesus is coming back again. I want wings. Please. York on the subway. I think these people need national standards for police training. The reason why I wanted to come and shed light on this, you guys, and I'm done, because I wanted to hear the feedback from everyone else as to what took place. This did not just happen. For those of you who are thinking that this just happened, it did not happen. It happened in February. It's just that the young man who was involved in the incident and had a video recording in his car, he is now releasing it. It doesn't matter what anybody says here on my channel. The video has gone viral. Okay, everybody's looking at the video and everybody's trying to figure out, you know, what was the purpose of the punch. I've had a few people on here to even say, and they're correct, it was more than one punch. So it wasn't just the busting of the glass and then punching him. He actually was punched again once he got out of the vehicle. And here's the deal. This is not per se about race. People will make things perhaps about race in some cases. So do we have a large majority of black males who have experienced more issues with being pulled over by the police than white men in America? That's the truth. That has nothing to do with being racist or being prejudiced or trying to be biased. It's the truth. Here in America, we've had more black men to have problems with being pulled over by the police and then not being handled in an appropriate manner, right? And so I was just of the thought of, I'm praying that this does not escalate to more of this happening. I'm also of the thought of, I'm really praying nothing happens, because people now see the video, and some people are now offended. Some people are now hurting. Some people are now angry, because they see the video. So there's so many ways that this can go as a result of this video now being out. And my prayer is that our justice system would view this and investigate this accordingly, the right way, so we can send a message, right? So nothing like this happens again, right? Because we know how this goes. When something like this happens, it kind of just goes on and on and on and on, and things kind of get worse, right? We've been here before, if you're from America, right? And so I just feel like that this was like so unfortunate. Somebody made a very valid point and stated here, and they're probably gone now, the fact of what if this individual was mentally ill? They got out of the car or wouldn't get out of the car, and, he closed the door. Because if you saw the video, you saw where he closed the door and got back in. What if he was mentally ill? So you busted the glass. And then what if this was a mentally ill person and you punched them and they didn't have their medication? So all of those are things to be considered. But people don't stop to think they are still human. Okay, I support Trump as a free American citizen. I have every right. So do any other citizen. I'm assuming maybe you're talking to somebody else, because you're right. We can support who we like. You think you could allow us to come on your live so we can give you real-time analysis? People, please check to see what percentage of police officers' job has to do with criminal behavior. It's only about 20%. How many of you were new to the to my channel tonight? It's been a while since I've been on. I've actually taken a break for about 2 weeks. But how many people are actually new here? And this was your first time with me. As I stated, the numbers have kind of fallen, but I'm going to still state this. What actually typically happens is I bring whatever is happening in the news that I think is worthy of being talked about, and we discuss it and we give feedback, because we're not closed-minded and think that the way we see things is the way that it actually is. So I allow people to give feedback, and it also educates me and others as well. So I like to come on and do this again. I'm about 2 weeks behind because I had to take a break. Anytime you're doing anything, you're supposed to take a break. I have a very hectic schedule, and so I had to pull in to take a little break. So the numbers were a little low tonight because I haven't been on a while, but they'll pick back up once everybody realizes that I'm back. And so that's the beauty of being on. I didn't come on to take sides. I just kind of wanted to hear and see what everybody thought about what took place. And my takeaway with this was the thing that was stated by someone, and that was, what if this was a mentally challenged person and we've just punched them? Okay, so that's quite interesting. I pray that if you are new here, that you would consider subscribing to my channel. Along with, if you haven't liked the video, please like the video for me. We know what happens when you like the video. When you like the video, it actually pushes it out so other people can see the video, okay? It pushes it out so other people can see it. I appreciate each of you who came on with me tonight. And as I stated, I'll be back. I have taken off a little while, but I'll be back. I thank you guys for rocking with me. And guess what? I am likely to be back and follow this case to see what the outcome will be, right? I'm likely to follow this case to see what the outcome will be. So I'll be back with this case as it unfolds, because I really want to see what will happen. Thank you guys for rocking with me. Thank you for subscribing, and thank you for liking the video. And until next time, good night. Love you guys.